Oh, the extended intro. I love it.
Hello,
Pig,
Jared.
We are back, baby.
We are back. Piggy.
2025, Pig. Who would have thought it?
Who would have thought it?
You know, it's 5 years since we've been doing this, Pig.
Yeah, wow. 5 years off and on, I guess.
Off and on, yeah. 4 kids later.
4 kids later, that's true.
Has made it pretty difficult at times.
We're just a bunch of ruffians in your back garage with a couple of mics talking to absolutely no one.
Geez, I'd actually like to listen to that back.
I know, it was good. I used to throw out the AFL trivia. We should bring that back because that was always a classic.
Yeah, we did the quiz, didn't we?
Piggy, we digress. How are you, my friend?
Good, mate. How you going?
I'm really happy. I'm really excited.
Welcome to the new studio.
Welcome to Footy Gods studio.
Yes, Footy Gods 2.0.
Yeah, we're really...
good.
We've got a major backer.
Do we?
No, we don't. We don't. We have a mystery. Yeah, we have a mystery.
That's news to me.
From Dubai. Who's,
Crown Prince.
Throw the money around like Manchester City.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Pig. Let's just cut straight to it.
Yeah, what do we got, Pig? Come on.
2025.
Yep. We're here again. Preseason.
The year of the flex.
It's all happening.
Let's just get straight into it because I want to talk about the flex.
I know you do.
I'm not a fan.
Yep.
I'm assuming...
You're not alone there, Pig.
You're not a fan?
No, you're not alone there.
This is what happened when they announced the flex. I was just like...
Say that again.
Say that again. It's just, what are you doing?
I mean, it's just so unnecessary, Pig. Can you talk me through why? Like, is there some explanation as to why they've done this?
One word to describe it is completely unnecessary. I don't understand. We had a good model. Everything was great.
Yeah.
Why? Like, okay, if you want to throw a few more trades our way.
Well, they actually haven't confirmed the amount of trades yet, so could be.
I definitely wouldn't, turn my nose up on that. But
why though?
The flex. It's just let's add even more confusion. Like this time of the year, everyone is already on edge, stressed out, going through internal match simulations, looking for the diamond in the rough. Now we have to think about the flex player. So
we have to think about a 23rd player that may not play. Like may not count towards our scores.
And no more extra money.
Well, they've made the players cheaper.
They have made the players cheaper.
Yeah, players are cheaper across the board. I think it's like...
Say that again.
I think...
Say that again.
I think the salary cap is a bit more spread out now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so they have accounted for that. But even so, Pig...
Yeah, that means nothing to me as well. So
it's stupid.
Yeah, all right. So let's just touch 1 minute on it. I don't want to go into.
So those who are a bit confused by it, you're not alone. But basically, 23 players on the field and 22 scores will count every week.
Okay.
So you will drop a score every week.
So it's the best 22 out of 23.
Yep.
Okay, so I've been lurking in the shadows all preseason. That's what I like to do best. I definitely consume a bit of content, and there is plenty of SuperCoach content out there. Ours is obviously the best, but I would recommend you look at everyone's because I definitely did. There's some good guys doing some good content out there, and I've kind of just obtained. There's like a few little strategies that people are looking at now, but really no one has the answer because we've never done this before.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like last year with the bias. It was a bit unprecedented, obviously. So
I think you just adapt really. I think if you overthink it, how do you know? You don't really know. Once you're in the thick of it, you don't look back and go, oh, that was pretty good. That wasn't, So I think the two main strategies that I'm hearing are chucking a ruckman in that flex position.
Yep.
Like one of these ruckmen that are underpriced, what people think, or possibly value.
Well, that makes the most sense to me for the main reason of the fact that you've only got 2 rucks on the field normally, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a 3rd ruck in your team, you've got backup there.
Yeah.
So obviously you get the benefit of a ruck scoring, which, rucks generally score pretty well.
That's right.
That's part of it. But also you've got the backup if one of your rucks do go down. You don't necessarily have to burn a trade getting a ruckman in because you've got him on the flex.
That's true. Yeah, pound for pound, like the rucks normally will score better.
So of all the strategies we've heard, I probably think that's the best.
Yeah.
Getting a ruckman there, even if it's 3 primo rucks, maybe you can think about that. Obviously, it's going to hurt you in other areas, but that could be the go, I think. Because
there is a lot of speculation with rucks this year, more so than ever. The set and forget days, once that dynasty fell, it's been a free for all. It's like
Grundy,
everyone's fighting for the top position.
Yep.
But you got to take that into account, of course. But I think with my flex, I've I've pondered on it for a few weeks, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a grower in there. So I'm looking at someone low to low. Maybe mid 150s to low 200s, something like that.
Okay.
Something where not like a 300k pay. I looked at like a Riley Sanders, which I thought would have been amazing, but I feel like I'm just kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul in another position. So like, for example, right now I've got maybe Sam Powell-Pepper there at 180,000 because I want a cash cow that I think is going to score. And then he kind of fights with the bottom end of my team. So the bottom 4 or 5, he add that name to the list, and one of them's going to drop off, which could I reckon that's going to get you the extra 20, 30 points. So yeah, I've got Powell-Pepper there. He's 180,000 at the moment, and I'm just like wanting to grow him, and then I think the flex position is for the people that are glutton with trades left end of the year, which is not normally us, not normally many, but we've had a friend friend of the show, Corey, the Big Baker. He's normally left with a couple of trades at the end, and he'll try and actually get a premium player sitting on the bench just in case.
Yeah, well, that's the ideal scenario. You've got like an M9 sitting there that you can rely on. I don't mind that strategy as well, Pig. I think it's important to remember, though, if we can put a DPP player there, ideally, to give you more flexibility in shuffling around. You've got Peps there, but then you're locked into having to move it forward only there.
No, you're 100% right.
Something to think about. I'm not the end of the world. But.
No, I agree 100% with that. And that's the point I probably forgot then. The DPP is something that I'm looking at to put there. I agree. I think that's better. And maybe if I had like Elijah Hewitt on my field at
he
F6,
comes to mind.
I'd put him there and put Peps on the field because then you've got that double weapon to give you a little bit more flexibility.
Yep.
Hence the term.
Something
flex.
else, that's right. Something else to think about as well is you don't get emergency for the flex, right? So if your flex player isn't playing for whatever reason, you don't get a bench replacement for that spot.
Okay.
So you got to make sure whoever you do pick in flex has to be playing because you will not get a replacement score from the bench.
Okay, so you you basically just wipe that chance out.
Yeah.
And it's just still best 18.
If you do that,
best 22, Okay, plenty to think about. All right,
it's going to make leagues a headache. Like you're not going to be able to know what the true scores are for the game.
Yeah.
So it's just.
And things get dicey during the year. Things get real dicey.
I hope they do.
It wouldn't be.
You're sweating every point.
It wouldn't be unheard of to grab the calculator out and just bang in a few numbers.
That's not unheard of at all. Indeed. So, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Some genius at SuperCoach HQ thought it was a good idea. So
some Poindexes.
Here we are, Pig. Yeah.
He's pushed the glasses up on his nose and he thought, let's revolutionise SuperCoach.
Why change it? It's not broken, Pig, so why fix it,
Yeah, Pig, I feel like we were robbed.
Robbed? Right in front of me.
Hey, well, who knows? Maybe it's going to be, generational change. So we'll see. It could be good.
If it isn't till it is, really.
Yeah. So, I think it's definitely going to benefit the more casual player.
Yeah.
I think you find a lot of the years that, there's 150,000 super coaches playing or whatever, but really at the end of the year, there's probably like 10,000 playing, 20 maybe.
Oh, yeah, there's 180 to start. So, I suppose a lot will drop off.
You lose a lot during the year because they're just like, fuck.
Yeah,
just like,
disengage. Yeah.
It was almost me last year when Jordan Sweet was out with COVID. I was almost going to
I'm glad
throw the app in the bin.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want to have, we didn't have a heart to heart.
No, Pig. No. I can't do it.
I really enjoyed that.
I've got PTSD.
I just enjoyed that you were humbled a bit last year.
It would have set me up the ranks, Pig.
I know.
It would have sent me up the ranks, but he not only did he got COVID, right? And I'm like, I'll hold him. He'll be back. He wasn't back.
Yeah.
So I had to hold him 2 weeks in a row for 2 donuts, I reckon it was.
Well, I was one of the few coaches that put him on the bench. I could afford to have him on the bench, so I avoided it, and I feel like that was the turning point for nearly everyone's season.
Well, that was the play.
Jordan Sweet,
and even that obviously didn't work out that great either, but
He actually called in before he left this message.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so damn sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Fuck that guy.
No,
look,
come on.
I do like Sweetie. I think he'll be good this year. Obviously, a bit unlucky last year, but I think he'll be good, and he might be sniffing around my team again this year. I'm ready for heartbreak.
I'm here to clean the slate for him on his behalf.
Yeah, no.
He is a good prospect this year.
I do like him.
Yeah, I think everything's tracking well. Like, he had a full season for Port. His age is really good. He's a good tap ruckman, but he's working on his around the ground presence. I think he honestly is like a real carbon copy of Tim English. And even though Tim English is copping a fair whack as well, he can play football on his best day. So Jordan Sweet's played probably 50 games. He's going to edge towards 50 games if he has a full year this year. And like, to me, that's important. It's not so much about age. It's definitely game and natural growth. Doesn't matter what age you are. So I really think he's Port's number one ruckman. You know, being a Port spot, I can easily tell you he's the number one over Soldo. Dante Vicentini's probably a chance as well, but I think Jordan Sweet, barring his fit, will ruck all year. So there's definitely an underpricing there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something to think about, but
something to think about.
Buyers and everything. Geez, we got to go into that another time. But
all right,
Port have a pretty crappy buy later on, Pig.
Yeah, I know. I've been notorious for just ignoring the buy.
I know, but we can't have 10 buy players playing in that team. That's the problem.
I know we can't. I know.
But anyway.
All right, so it's the same thing every year. Every year, it's like you finish the season just absolutely exhausted. You're like, I don't think I can do this again. And then November, December rolls around.
Yep, that's right.
The preseason track watches start happening, and you think...
You start getting some prices released, and you're like, oh, he's cheap. Yeah, okay. Yep.
You start looking at him at a whole new light.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, Pig, another year, how are you feeling? How do you honestly feel? Tell the truth. Are you sick to your stomach?
I feel confident, Pig. Okay. I feel very confident.
Yep.
I've got a plan. Can I stick to it? That's the question. But I'm confident. I know what to do. I know what I need to do.
Footy Gods exclusive. You do have a plan. We're not going to disclose it right at this moment. No. We might send a team review up on Patreon. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But
it's just it's so hard. Every team is the same, Pig. Yeah. Like we see a lot of rate my teams and stuff, and obviously the better coaches aren't revealing their teams, but Yeah,
but I disagree. I think like if you got a good team, you just show it, because you can give the people the keys to Ferrari. Only one person can drive it, Big.
Yeah, it is. It is very much about the trading, not necessarily the starting team.
Because I see people that are on finger on the pulse in December, and people that will jump on next week. And myself, I like to wait till after the new year. But all the rookies that I'm tracking, everything, my whole strategy and my mind, key players, when I look at everyone's content or YouTube or Facebook page or something, they're all exactly what I'm thinking anyway. So it's not like there's no hidden secret.
Yeah,
I think you asleep at the wheel, then you're going to start with an absolute horrible team, or you don't really know much about SuperCoach. You might start with a horrible team, but most people are tuned in right now and they've got a good team, but they just trade their way out, or they trade their way out or make mistakes as the year goes, and it kind of derails.
So what do you think separates the best coaches then? If most teams are the same, which they probably will be. I mean, all the teams will have similar players.
Well, I think the big one is, like, obviously you get the right rookies, but I think the people that watch football a lot and a bit more seasoned, or they follow all the content like the Footy Gods content, they get a better understanding of players that have like a bit of longevity in the team, instead of just waiting to the last trial match or the last preseason match, seeing a player named, he might have an okay score, and then you go, yeah, I'll bring him in, and he doesn't do anything, or having too many players that don't play. And then I think that after that, it's having the right premios and finding the right value. Like if you're tracking people, you might find a $500,000 player. Like we're going to say it, Riley Sanders. Everyone's talking about Riley Sanders. It's not a secret that Riley Sanders could be anything this year. So for a better coach, they've got him in the calculations, thinking, I can put him in my team, I can spread the money somewhere else, and I'm going to back him. But like if you're just a fair weather fan, you don't really know much about Riley Sanders. You're not going to pick him at $300,000. You're just not going to do it.
Yeah. But then also, you're right. But also, you're not like having to deal with the headache of, is he going to be good? Is he not going to be good? Is he worth a pick? Is he not worth a pick? Like
that's a sweat.
It's such a sweat, isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah.
I'm sweating already. I sweat all the time thinking about my team, like, because I think I've got a plan, but I have gone back to basics this year. Like I said, I'm I'm locking in some primos in some primo positions. I'm not going to be afraid to lock in these primos, and then I'm going to find a little bit of value around there. So,
I think there's some guys you just have to pick this year.
yeah, I think so.
I think we can all agree Harry Sheezel was probably one of those guys.
Harry Sheezel was definitely
no
as
secrets
a defender.
there. I think you probably just have to lock him in.
Jason Horne-Francis up forward. You have to.
These are guys that could be absolutely anything.
Yeah.
They're not going to go backwards, and they could be absolutely anything. So,
well, we just finished doing our team by team write up. So we went
every
through
single team,
each team, and we named probably, I don't know, maybe a half a dozen players.
Depending on the team. Yeah,
of like who's relevant, some guns, some mid prices, some rookies, and it's not until we actually do the research, then read it back what we wrote, then you start to think, oh, okay, shit. Even I'm sleeping on like a Marcus Bontempelli.
Yeah,
he's worth so much money.
Yep.
But when I finish my write up on him, I'm like, proofs of the pudding.
Yeah.
Like 10. I think it was like 10 years in a row, 100 plus.
Yeah, it's crazy.
5 years in a row, 110 plus. The last 2 years, 120 plus.
Yep.
It's like
that's the other thing. You can, at least I'm guilty of overthinking it, too much and overanalyzing it, and just sort of not simplifying it. The best years I've had, I haven't really overthought my picks. I've done it early. I like the player, just lock him in.
Yeah.
So that's
what I'm doing with my rucks this year,
Yeah,
and because I feel like you threw an absolute spanner in the works with everyone when the set and forget rucks kind of went away, and now everyone's trying to find the best value, and it's like it's just so speculative. If you look anywhere below the two big boys, I won't name, but you can figure it out for yourself.
Think we know, yes.
But yeah, I just realised to myself, like especially Max Gorn, he's so disrespectful. People were just like not. I just like writing him off basically.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
writing him off with their selection, I guess, because they're not outwardly saying it, but they're not selecting him either. So in my eyes, it's like how disrespectful.
Like he's still sub 20%.
His scores last year was just
he was the best ruckman by far.
Yeah, so
and like he had somewhat of it felt like a down year for Gorney.
Yeah,
and he was still like elite. So
I started the season with Max Gorn and Tristan Cherry last year, and I traded them both out of my team, and they ended up the best two ruckmen. Yeah. I traded Gorn out after he got bathed by Grundy in the first round, maybe, and then he went on and went absolutely mental. I'm not gonna.
So you had him in your calculations, and then before SuperCoach locked, you didn't go with him.
I think so.
Because round 0 it was he got bathed by Grundy.
I must have, yeah.
I
must have done that, yeah. And I don't know.
And then he came out and scored like 170 the next week, I reckon.
And I was just like,
say that again.
Yeah, you don't want to go there again.
And they moved him up 40s.
Oh, there's a pig on the ground. There is a pig at full forward.
He's a pig, isn't he?
Yeah, so I'm just going to, I've made a promise to myself, I'm not going to jump the gun because it's such a long season, because I feel like if you jump the gun and you get too reactive, it's not only like taking out players in your team that will end up being good in 2 weeks. It's chasing a player that has been hitting 110s and you bring him in and then he just skids and it's
Yep. 100%. Yeah,
So,
it's a fine line, Pigs, isn't it?
It is a fine line between passion and
but
pain.
we love it. We love it.
We love
the sweat every week, every
I
year.
feel good. It feels nice to be back talking to you.
Yeah, it is great. It's been a while, actually.
We don't talk when we're not.
Didn't,
the cameras aren't on, do we?
Hey?
We don't really talk when the cameras are.
That's all business, Pig.
We're just professional.
It's been a while since we've sort of recorded. Like we said, I've had a young daughter, and you've had a young lad. So
yeah, 2 and 2. I've got 2 boys. You have 2 girls. So
so it definitely has got in the way. But
we've got 5 teams of SuperCoach. We've got 2. We've obviously got the junior teams for both the kids and a team for us.
So we've got the studio set up here. I really like the way it looks.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Maybe we'll what we might do is maybe upload a photo on the socials about what it actually looks like. Because obviously now you can only see the split screens.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll show the whole setup and
it's good.
Let them in the inner sanctum.
I like it. I think I'm proud of it. We've done well. We've done really
great.
well.
It's great.
All right, Piggy, we're going to keep this short, sharp and dry. I feel like I could talk all night now.
I know.
So
it's flowing.
Everyone's been tracking the rookies. Everyone's got their strategy, and so we could go over that. But games are on now, so let's just kind of talk about the games that happened over the weekend. So the first game was Essendon and Western Bulldogs.
Yes, it was. Yeah. So you actually, I didn't actually get to catch much of it. You did all the note taking for this one. So
I did, yeah. So
you might want to maybe you'd fire away, and I'll sort of chip in when I can.
Yep. So
what did you like?
Obviously, I don't have the notes put up in front of me. Bont didn't play. Basically, the Western Bulldogs midfield was consist of Ed Richards, Riley Sanders, Garcia was in there. There's a few others, I think. Don Brew, he's like a SSP hopeful, but basically Ed Richards looked fantastic.
Yep.
Riley Sanders
this year, Ed Richards,
did exactly what you needed for him if you're thinking about picking him in the team. So he's really good inside midfielder. He disposed of the ball really well. So I liked what I seen from him. Tim English played, but it was more of a just getting the run.
I think he's getting managed a bit. I think he's a bit sore.
Because I've got that big lump of a man, Crossley. He's a big guy.
He hasn't been signed yet, has he? But he could.
He's a big boy, yeah.
Yeah. He was a Southport. He won the... he was in the grand final. I don't think they lost in the grand final.
Yeah.
But,
he's an ex-Gold Coast player as well. So,
is he?
Yeah, he got suspended, I think, for doping rules or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
something happened, I don't know.
that.
Must have contaminated meat or something like they did back in the day.
He's a big beast of a man. I love it.
He's a big guy, yeah. So he rocked. So I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Riley Sanders looked good. Essendon basically had a full-strength midfield. They haven't got Darcy Parish at the moment, but they had a pretty strong midfield. The one that everyone was looking at was Elijah
Sardis. He went all right.
Sardis,
I think.
We'll go Sardis.
Titsass, whatever you want to go with.
No, Sardis. I reckon Sardis is the one.
Yeah, probably.
We'll go Sardis.
Say that again.
He's a prolific ball winner, Pig, in his junior years, so it'd be good to see him around the mark. So obviously with Parish out, he could get a go.
So we included him in our write-up and we just went through his VFL numbers and we're a bit scratching our head why I didn't play. And the big one is, and what I said to you as well, is his disposal is a bit sketchy at best. And that's
his kicking action is hard to watch.
It's by foot. His kick is a bit loopy or, he missed a few targets, but he would have had 30 touches.
Yep.
That's a trade-off, right? And for what price is he? Do you think? I think
he's 190.
190. So
he's a little bit elevated, but I think you got to probably pick him.
Yeah, I didn't have him in my team after seeing
bench.
him play on the weekend. I'm pretty sure he's going to feature. What I do worry about because of his disposal, if Essendon start shitting the bed early in the season, he's the type of guy they'll probably drop just to kind of make a name, make a statement because that's what I wrote in my write-up as well because you've got Merritt, you've got Parish, you've got Durham, Caldwell. I just can't see those guys getting dropped over someone like Sardis. So.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how he fits in, but I think he'll get a go this year.
Yeah. So he looked good. This is the other big one, Dylan Shield.
Yeah, Dylan Shield. Yeah. I didn't think we'd talk about him on this podcast.
The Shield deal.
Apparently he looked good.
Yeah, he literally was plodding around just like Dane Zorko did last year. When I heard Dane Zorko was going down back, I'm like, this is not the new class of halfback, the Nazire Wangening halfback that everyone's needing. And obviously Zorko, he did what he did last year. Yep. Dylan Shield looked actually really, really good. So, and I'm like, maybe he's 500,000. Who cares? He's 400,000.
400, just over 400.
So now I'm
temptation's there, but what can he? Do you reckon he can score big there? I guess he can.
Well, playing predominantly at Marvel Stadium as well. So, I don't know. But,
did he take kick-ins? Do you remember?
He took a few out towards the end of the game. He did,
okay.
Yeah, he's got a weird kick. I always thought it was a bad kick, but he kicked pretty well, and he created a few runs. But I don't know. Another one, Nick Martins goes back and forth, so you never know where Nick Martin's playing. So and then the big one is Saad El Hawley.
Yep.
I mean, they're all factoring into how Dylan Shield plays down back. So
yeah, interesting. It's a watch, isn't it? Definitely.
Yep. And anything for the Bulldogs?
Doggies. I had that Davidson. So the young lad to draftee last year, I think.
23-year-old
VFL best young player.
Yeah, for the Gill medal or something like that.
Yeah.
He played for Richmond VFL. I'm pretty sure he looked pretty good. He didn't have a hand. He didn't have had half a dozen or 2 dozen touches.
Yeah, I think he had about 10 or 12 apparently. Yeah, so, but he was good.
On a wing, the thing I wrote in my notes was he didn't look out of place. So I think he'll get a go. So I like him. He's in my team at the moment. So I didn't. Didn't go backwards in my eyes. He's still on the watches. Jed Buslinger.
Yeah,
I really am a big fan of this guy, and I've been saying it for a few years because Dogs always had a knock on not having a really good centre half back, and they recruited him 2 years ago. I think it was pick 13.
Yeah, he's first rounder. Yeah,
and he slid because I thought he was the best defender in the draft. He slid. They picked him up. He's like a rebounding intercept defender with really good skill. He's attacking. So he's going to get 20 touches a game once he gets rolling and be one of the better defenders in the game. So he got a chance in the second half after Rory Lobb went off, and obviously no Liam Jones as well. He looked fantastic. He does a lot of attack, and he even took a kick out or two. So I've definitely got him down back 119.
Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him, definitely. It's hard to see where he fits in there because they got Caulfield there as well.
Yeah, but
did he play?
No, I don't think so.
Well, no.
So you need two big defenders. My gut says it's going to be Rory Lobb and Jed Bustlinger as the two, because Rory Lobb looked amazing in the first half as well. The big gug. I don't know how he's just turned his whole career around. So
who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Yeah, I'm hoping Jeremy Finlayson follows suit for Port.
Yeah, that'd be nice
this week. But so that game it is what it is. It rained for a little bit. It's just a hit out. You
don't want to take too much out of it, but it's just good to get an idea of what's happening.
Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to the scores or anything like that. I think Essendon ended up coming up.
I think they won. Yeah, I think Essendon just won.
Yep. Chockies. So, sorry, there's one guy that I need to mention is that SSP for Essendon.
Yes, he got signed today.
Yeah. Do you know his name?
I don't know. I can't remember his name.
All right, I'll come back to him. But he kicked 4 goals.
Tom Edwards? Maybe.
So he kicked.
I think it's Edwards.
He kicked 4 goals on the weekend. He come on and he kicked 4 goals in the half a game.
Yep.
But he looks so good. His name is Tom Edwards.
That's right.
He's from WA. He's from the Waffle. He's a 190 centimetre forward, but he's kicked like 70 goals in the last 2 years.
Yeah, well, you find diamonds in the rough. Like you look at Lawson Humphrey's pick from the Waffle, I think as well.
Oh, Geelong
for the Cats.
Geelong should be investigated heavily.
Oh, come on.
They do some sketchy things. They just pull these guys from he was with the very last pick. I'm pretty sure.
Culture pick. They want to play there. What can you say?
All right, good culture. I don't know.
Anyway, Pig. So
Dangerfield effect. Do you think?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, so
he's going to be around greatness.
He's good. I'm assuming anything that comes in SSP is going to be like 99K.
Yeah.
He kicked 4 goals. Essendon aren't like screaming. They aren't like rich in key forwards. Like they've got Langford up forward. Peter Wright, I don't know what's going on into that guy's mind, but Isaac Kako last one before we moved past this one. He was zippy. I said before the game, I'm not sure. Like I'm always sketchy on small forwards because unless they're kicking goals or making huge impact. But as soon as he touched it or went near the ball, he definitely had like a Ginnivan kind of
If you can get those guys that go up the ground, like Ginnivan, like our mate Joe Berry, hopefully for Port as well, will be pushing up the ground. So that sort of type is what you want. In a small forward if you're going to pick him in your team for sure. Yeah, I liked it, and they obviously loved it because everyone's raving about him. So he kicked a really nice goal. He did a few good things, but he just looks nippy when he's around the ball. Makes everything makes the other team feel a bit nervous. So that's good.
I like it. I'd put him
obviously
on there.
Essendon need that as well.
Yeah. So what is he? 140 or something?
You can't rely on Jade Gresham.
145.
He'd be about 145.
DPP.
Mid forward. Yep.
Yeah. All right, so the next game was the blockbuster.
Yeah, so the All-Stars.
Oh, no. Sorry, go the All-Stars.
Well, we don't want to mention too much about it because obviously the All-Stars wasn't a proper team, so we don't know what the roles and stuff were. But, our boy Horn Francis. Absolutely dominant.
Oh, there's a pig on the ground.
Yeah, absolute pig on the ground.
There is a pig at full forward.
And he was at full forward for a lot of the game.
For anyone that with the Patreon page and the Footy Gods Facebook page, we get messages flooded all the time, and one of them is like, "Will Hornet spend enough time in the midfield?"
Yep.
And it's like, there's your answer, mate. He played
matter.
a half a game.
Yep.
He played half it in the forward line. He kicked 3 goals and probably had 17 touches?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And he scored 140 points as well.
What?
He scored 140 points.
Say that again.
Yeah, he did.
Say that again.
Yeah. So even if he's forward, it doesn't matter. I think he's just gonna.
He's ready to
just
bounce.
dominate. So. Yeah. Won't matter. So he was great. Who else? I mean, there was Caleb Strong was good. I know you're not a fan of Caleb, but he was good. Andy Brayshaw was good.
Yep.
Luke Jackson not so much.
Yeah.
So we won't read too much into that one.
Isaiah Wanganing didn't get a lot of.
Isaiah, he only played half a game.
Yeah.
He was good when he was out there.
You can't read You can't read too much into it at all. So
like you mentioned, all of our notes for every player is on
just
the,
on
the
that
site. So
what do you make of Justin Longmire saying they played vanilla?
Well, I think it's fair enough. Because, like he said, it's not only a televised game, but it's a proper it can be behind the goal viewed game. Like it's an Optus Stadium game.
Yeah.
Every other club can actually dissect their game from behind the goals.
But then let me put this to you. Think of the Brisbanes, the Geelongs, the best teams in the league. In 2 weeks' time, you're getting all the vision.
Yeah, like round 1, you mean, or round 0?
Well, yeah, when they play proper preseason games, if your game doesn't hold up from a team dissecting your game...
Yeah, the proper preseason games, you won't get behind the goal cameras. Like,
but even in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it doesn't matter. Your game has to... I think that mindset is shit.
I think the majority of... Well, I assume the majority of it was like trying to paste over how ordinary they were at times.
Yeah.
I
think that mindset is horrible because the best teams in the world, like you know how Geelong play, you know how Brisbane play, you just can't beat them at it. Like Fremantle's not going to reinvent the wheel. That they're going to pull this game plan out that everyone knows. Like if you're not completely loose in the head, you're going to assume that Fremantle are going to run and gun this year instead of playing slow, boring football. Like that's pretty straightforward, right? So. Obviously, if they come out and win 5-6 games, teams are going to clamp down them because it happened to Sydney last year as well. They broke away from everyone and people clamped them down as the year went. But at the end of the day, if you want to be a good team, you got to be able to play. You got to be able to not care who sees your vision because it's not like it was like a special game at the end of October. It's like 2 weeks away from preseason.
I know.
So, yeah, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying, but I don't think he realised how stupid he come off.
I think he was just trying to paste over the cracks a little bit.
And that's just chum for someone like Kane Cornes.
Like he can't come out and say like, "Oh, it was just a bit of an exhibition game," because that sort of degrades the All Stars team, I guess, a bit. But
it's like everyone's been talking about Freo in the off season. We mentioned that we talked that maybe they're a chance to really go to that next level now. So like if they went out and they lost by 5 goals, but they played like exciting brand of footy, we're all going to be like, Freo. This is their time,
Yeah, they just looked pretty bad in the second half, the fourth quarter. Really, they just played 3 quarters. That's about it.
Yeah, all right.
Interesting.
Moving on, Freo.
It is interesting.
When I said blockbuster, man, I meant the next game, which is the West Coast and Richmond. Absolute blockbuster.
So you had the pleasure of doing this one as well. I mean, I don't think there's too many people to mention. That was like
pulling teeth. Honestly.
Like we've got. You did a nice write up of a lot of players, but I think we can probably just mention like 2 people here, and then people will be pretty satisfied.
Sam Laylaw.
Sammy Laylaw,
yeah. Lawler.
I think it's Laylaw. I don't know. Lawler? Yeah, it could be Lawler.
Lawler, I reckon. Lawler.
Yeah, I have to get a fact check that.
Yeah, we will.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go to the intern.
I got a feel like we're going to mention him a few times this year.
Yeah, well, not for a few weeks because he's broken his bloody jaw.
Yes, he did, but he was good, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I saw a bit of vision.
He was really good. He split time between on the ball and up forward, and he had instant impact when he went forward of the ball. Like not just like a snap or something up forward. He was like a lead up option when he went forward, which is like the best midfielders in the game are lead up options. They're not just like push forward for a snap goal.
Yeah, he looked dangerous.
He had 5 shots a goal. I reckon he kicked like 2 goals. So he kicked a couple out in the fall, but they weren't like blatant misses. They were just like he got there first and put the pressure on and kicked it. But then, I reckon he had maybe 15 or so touches. I would say 15 touches and 3 goals or 2 goals or something like that. So that was a really good start. He hit the contest really hard. Unfortunately, right at the end of the game.
And they only played 3 quarters as well.
Yeah, they played 3 quarters, 3 periods, whatever you want to call it. So right at the end of the game, he got shoved on the ball. I think it was by Ruben Jimby. I was listening to the radio.
It was, yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good, Jimby.
Right in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, right in front of me.
Robbed! Right in front of me!
But he...
right in front of me.
It was like 2 minutes before the game. Finished, and then he got smashed. And he got up and I think he had a bit of concussion or something, but he's broken his jaw apparently.
Yes, hairline fracture in the jaw. So
what does that mean, you think? It's probably...
Well, he had surgery today, so... Yeah, I don't know. He's obviously not going to train much if he does play before round 1. I mean, if he does play round 1, he's probably going to be a little bit underdone. So we'll see. Apparently, they're hopeful that he'll play, but I don't know. We'll see.
So like you said, it was such both teams were so inexperienced. It was just like letting both the groups of kids go out there. So I don't want to get into too much because you can't read into it. But like, Bo Allen played good. Elijah Hewitt got plenty of time.
Matty Flynn. Probably put a line through him for now, maybe.
Yeah, you told me he got injured, right? Did he? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So he looked okay in the first quarter. I thought he looked all right, and then I didn't see him after the second or third period.
Yeah.
But when he went off, and I think it was is it Jack Williams? No, is it Bailey Williams?
Bailey Williams is the other guy.
Yeah,
I don't know if he played, though.
Yeah, who's the ruckman?
I think it's Jack Williams.
Is it Jack Williams the ruckman?
Yep.
Yeah, the one that was rucking last year for Eagles.
Yeah, I think that's him.
He looked noticeably better.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, then when Flynn was rucking, Flynn shared it with this Archer Reed who's a draftee, and it wasn't nothing to write home about. But when Williams came in, he was noticeably more present around the ground.
Okay.
So I wrote up Flynn as part of our weekly daily write-ups on teams, and I'm staying away from that guy.
Yeah, I think you have to stay away. He's too injury prone.
Put a pin in Flynn, you reckon?
Yeah, let's put a pin in Flynn, figure.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so other than that, there was...
not many others. Richmond were missing a heap of players, no Lynch, no Turan, so the list goes on.
Yeah,
so.
like Jack Graham basically played in the middle all
Liam
day.
Baker was okay.
Liam Baker was all right. Duggan for West Coast was okay. But move on, Pig. I'll set a match to that one and just walk away from it. All right, so this is a tale of two worlds. There's that game and the next game. Talk me through it.
Yeah, so the Cats and the Hawks, Pig, it was actually a pretty good game. Really close game in the end. All the stars were out. There was really not many that many people missing. Holmesy was good. Will Day was electric. Newcomb got heaps of it. Bailey Smith was good. Played midfield all day. He got rested, I think, later in the game. Tommy Stewart was good. All the names were there. All the big
names, right?
Yeah, all the big names were there, and they were doing what you would want them to do.
Cam McKenzie, how was he?
He was great.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with Cam McKenzie. I think he could be a little sneaky option.
He was another one that he's in like the Riley Sanders.
He was really
camp,
good.
right?
Yeah, he was obviously a prolific ball winner as well. So in his junior years, so I think he could have a big year this year if they give him a bit of more opportunity.
So Will Day passed the eye test?
Oh yeah. He was probably They lost the game, but I
don't know why I'm a hater.
He would have been
top
3 in the ground.
Oh yeah, I keep getting proved wrong. I just think I'm waiting for him. Yeah,
he's elite.
He gets a big rap though. I think I don't know if it's earned, but from what I'm hearing, he's dominating. So
yeah, he was really good.
Yeah,
Sam DeConning played some ruck.
Yeah.
So
I don't like it. I don't like it, Pig.
I know it does feel like a trap, doesn't it?
You know why I don't like it? It's because teams like Geelong have proved they can win flags without top tier ruckman. Right? In my eyes, supporting a club like Port who have I'm like, why can't we just recruit like a 5-star defender through the draft or free agency? It's almost impossible, right?
Yeah.
To get the top echelon of defender.
Well, not if you're Hawthorn, apparently.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, but in my eyes, Barras is very good, but if you put skill-wise and wait till the career ends, Sam DeConning is better than both of them.
Yeah.
And there's
more talent there for
There's
DeConning,
so much
for
talent for Sam DeConning. He could be the best defender in the game, I really think, just because he's so attacking minded. He's got great skills. He's so good in the flag year. Why would you why would you bang him in the ruck? Like, the problem is John are gone from having let's just disrespect the ruck role completely with Stanley and Blue Calves from time to time.
Which they won a flag with.
Yeah, still let's bring the best player and play him ruck. Like,
I think, you're right. What you're saying is 100% correct, but he could also be what you just said as a ruckman.
The best ruckman.
He could be. Well, look at his brother. His brother's obviously a few years ahead of him.
What adds more value? What adds more value to a team? Like a really good ruckman. You can get a good ruckman for nothing these days. Like a pretty good ruckman. Like most of the best ruckmen, like Max Gawn's like a bit of a unicorn in what he is, and he wasn't even a high pick. But most of these other ruckmen are just big, solid, serviceable guys.
Yep. Just, meat bags,
So my question is, where does he have more impact? Where does DeConning have more impact?
Well, more impact on the game, definitely ruck.
You don't think that him as being a centre-half back?
Well, not more impact on the game, but he's probably have more impact on the result as a defender. Like, he could...
I just think Geelong have had too good, have had such a good system for so long. I don't think, Geelong supporters feel that feeling of what it feels like for your defence to be so badly under pressure when you're just crying out for a really good general defender, like a general that runs you guys get through with Jack Henry and who are your defenders? Jack Henry, Colin Jasny.
Yep.
You don't really have one. Tom Stewart, who's not really a defender.
He's not a lockdown guy. No.
That's what I mean. But your system's so good, and most games you win. So I think if Geelong were winning 10 games in a year, the value of someone like De Koning would just be like, you couldn't even put a price on it. And you could get a really good ruckman. Like, you could get Sean Darcy really for nothing next year because he's so out of favour in like many respects.
Well, that's the problem with the De Koning pick, right? Like, you just don't know. Like, he could be ruck for the first few weeks, and then, like you said, if we're not winning games, all of a sudden,
Well, I'm worried about him getting put in ruck and going against Tristan Cherry and getting absolutely smashed, and then he goes out, and then your defence needs it as well, and like then you're just going to put Stanley back in ruck or whoever back in ruck, and now you've got like a guy like, I don't know how he fell out of favour with Geelong last year. It shocked me. Like, he's such a good player, and the thing is, O'Sullivan that you talked about,
he was good.
Yep. He's a big intercept defender. So maybe they're thinking they've got another one in O'Sullivan, but it's like O'Sullivan and De Koning. That's like your defence for 10 years. So
it's interesting. I mean, it might have been a confidence thing. Maybe he just hates playing defence. I mean, who knows? 'Cause I don't think he was a defender in his junior years. I wouldn't have thought so. Was he?
What are you saying? Chris Scott knows more than me.
Oh.
Say that again.
I can't bag my coach. He's won me a couple of flags.
I'm basically bagging myself. I'm saying, what do I know? Like, obviously the Geelong start team.
I don't know. All the words are he's playing ruck this year. Like, all the Geelong staff have come out and said it. Yeah. We saw it on the weekend. So, hey, he's tempting me.
Yeah. So what is he?
Because he will get that. Obviously, you get the ruck status as well. Yeah. After 5 rounds, if he is. So
it's a wait and see though. You're not going to go early.
Well, you get round 0. He plays. They play in round 0, so we get to have a look early.
Yeah, but how many games in a row do you have?
Little flex, could be a little flex position there for
flex.
SDK.
Not an R2.
Nah, I wouldn't put him in R2.
Yeah.
Well, you can't anyway because he's defender. But
all right, Pig. I said we're going to do 10 minutes. We've done about 30 minutes. So
we've done more than that.
I'm gonna finish a quick game. All right, quick fire. Ready?
Yep. What game?
Okay. I'm going to say you just have to say what the first answer comes to your head.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Number 1 player picked in your team.
Oh shit, that's hard. Juan Francis.
Juan Francis. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
There's a few.
Cash cow, guns and primos or mid prices
for the strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to reveal too much.
Oh, you just did, I guess. All right. We won't say anything. What about cash cow? I must have cash cow.
Oh, must have cash cow. Geez, a few. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna say Jagger Smith.
Jagger Smith, yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. I think he's the number 1 guy.
All right.
In terms of cash cow.
R2.
Oh. Yeah, who knows? It could be like 6 people right now. Honestly, that is so wide open, and I think everyone's having the same problem.
Yeah. Dacos or Butters?
Dacos. That's hard.
That's hard. I'm both. I'm both.
Yeah. Yeah. But it has to be Dacos.
All right.
I love, and you know how much I love Butters, so that's a big call.
Yeah, P, I can get better. That was pretty cool.
That was good.
Me, yeah.
That was good. I like that.
I don't even know what I've got on this soundboard. Can I press it?
Yeah.
Didn't have a great first quarter.
Yeah, that's it. No, that was good.
Didn't have a great second quarter. In fact, I didn't think he had a great game.
Perfect.
Honestly, that was good, P. I like that. Yeah. Fire him at me.
No, I'm good at that. I'll bring it.
What about you? Who's your number 1 cash cow to have?
Number 1 player picked.
Yeah, number 1 player picked. First picked. Okay. Number 1 first pick cash cow.
First pick cash cow.
Look at your team. Come on.
Yeah, I need to actually remember. I like Jagger Smith.
Yeah, I think Jagger Smith is the guy, isn't he?
I like Xavier Lisney.
There's actually there's a lot of midfield rookies that we can look at this year, which is good.
And what was the other one? Dacos or
Butters?
Yeah, Dacos.
Really?
Dacos for mine, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the Zach Butters?
I love Zach Butters. I love.
Also got Dacos up there as well.
I love slightly elevated. I don't know.
Also we got Robert here as well. This is the. Yeah. Oh, is he in there?
Yeah,
he's in your screen there.
Yeah, he's in my screen there. I don't want to bring him too close because the reflection, but it might be worth it.
I think it's worth it. Oh, that's not Photoshop. That is actually Mark Robinson.
Yeah. So guys, I just want to spend
deep thought.
The final 2 minutes.
Yep.
Hearts go out to Mark Robinson.
He's not actually dead, but
he was
might be.
Usurped from the chief footy riding role.
He was politely asked to leave.
Yeah. He's like, it's not you, it's me.
It's like those guys who had too many drinks, just sort of cut him off.
Yeah, he's like, you've had too much, Robbie. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you rock up, 4 days out of 400 for AFL 360. But
Yeah, he's gone from that too.
he's gone from everything.
He's gone.
He is gone from everything.
Robbo.
We're going to find him.
We are going to miss you.
On Lygon Street. Yeah, just
We get him on the show.
Can.
Surely he's willing to come on the show.
Mate, he's freed. His
got
calendar's
free
freed
time.
up. So, this episode goes out to Mark Robertson. And
thanks, Robbo.
Pig, we'll try and be back this week and go over a few games and hopefully get the pugnacious Bulldog Corey Baker on.
Yep. We've got a little guest seat there, so we'll get him in here.
We will onwards and upwards.
Yep, definitely.
Bye,
Thanks, Pig.
Jared.
See you, Jared.